Picture this. You're a week into your new job. Your team is great, the work is exciting, but your emotions are all over the place. You're thrilled about a new project, but also super nervous about a big presentation. How do you tell your new colleagues you're walking on air about the project, but you also have butterflies in your stomach about the presentation? If you've ever felt like you just can't find the right words for your feelings, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with anyone learning English. These idioms are too good to keep to yourself. Starting a new job is a total emotional roller coaster. One minute you're trying to absorb a mountain of information, and the next you're just trying to make a good impression. You feel that buzz of opportunity, the anxiety about your performance, the frustration when you hit a roadblock, and that pure joy when you finally nail a small task. But how do you share all of that with your new team? How do you build real connections without sounding like you're reading from a textbook? Honestly, expressing our feelings is one of the fastest ways to connect with people, but it's also one of the hardest things to get right in a new language. You want to sound like you, to be fluent and relatable. You want your colleagues to see you, not just the new hire. The secret isn't just learning more adjectives, it's using language that paints a picture, language native speakers use every day to add color to their conversations. That secret? Idioms. By the end of the short video, you'll have 5 key English idioms to express your emotions perfectly, helping you sound more natural and confident. These aren't just random phrases. They're the core expressions you'll hear and use for the highs, the lows, and everything in between. So let's get into it. Let's start with an amazing feeling, that pure, buzzing happiness. In a new job, this can pop up anywhere. Maybe you finally cracked a problem that's been bugging you for days. Maybe your boss gave you a shout out in a team meeting. Or maybe you just had a great chat with a coworker and feel like you finally made a friend. These moments deserve more than just "I'm happy." You need something that matches that energy. The perfect idiom for this is "over the moon." To be over the moon means you're absolutely delighted about something. It's not just for feeling good, it's for feeling ecstatic, thrilled, and incredibly pleased. Think about it. You're so happy you could just leap over the moon. The phrase is a hyperbole, a fun exaggeration to express an emotional high. It's often traced back to the nursery rhyme, "Hey Diddle Diddle," where the cow jump over the moon, and that image of joyful, impossible energy is exactly what this idiom captures. So how would you use this at your new job? Imagine you spent your first 2 weeks grinding away on a report. You were nervous to send it off. An hour later, your manager messages you, "This is outstanding. The insights are brilliant. Fantastic job." When your colleague asks how you're feeling, you don't just say, "I'm happy." You can lean over with a huge smile and say, "I'm absolutely over the moon. My manager loved the report." The phrase immediately tells them just how big of a deal this is to you.
Here are a few more quick examples. She was over the moon when she got the scholarship. He was over the moon when his team won the championship. They're completely over the moon about their engagement. Just a quick tip. Over the moon is for the big stuff. You wouldn't use it because you found a nice pen. Save it for the big wins, the promotions, the successful projects, and the moments that truly make you feel ecstatic. Now, let's be real. Not every day is a win. Every job, no matter how great, has its tough moments. You might make a mistake on an important task, you might get some constructive feedback that's a little hard to hear, or maybe you're just feeling overwhelmed. On those days, sad doesn't quite cover that heavy, dejected feeling. For these moments, the idiom you need is to be down in the dumps. Being down in the dumps means you're feeling unhappy, glum, or just plain bummed out. The word dumps has been used to describe a state of melancholy since at least the 16th century. Even Shakespeare used it. The image it creates is of being in a low, gloomy place, like you've been tossed aside. It perfectly captures that listless feeling that comes with disappointment. Imagine you're in a team meeting and get asked a question you don't know the answer to. You get it wrong and feel embarrassed. For the rest of the day, you just can't shake that feeling. Later, a friendly colleague stops by your desk. "Hey, you've been quiet since the meeting. Everything okay?" Instead of just saying, "I'm sad," you could say, "To be honest, I'm a bit down in the dumps. I felt really silly when I answered that question wrong." This is so much more relatable. It shows you're not just sad, but discouraged, and it opens the door for your colleague to offer some support. Here are some more examples. "He's been down in the dumps ever since he didn't get the promotion. She was down in the dumps for a week after her favorite cafe closed. It's normal to feel a little down in the dumps on a rainy Monday." Next up, a really powerful one, anger. This emotion can be tricky to express at work. Maybe a colleague takes credit for your idea. Maybe a tech glitch erases hours of your work. Or maybe you just feel like you've been treated unfairly. In those moments, you feel a sudden, intense surge of frustration. The idiom that captures this explosive feeling is to see red. To see red means to get really angry, really fast. When you see red, you're so overwhelmed with rage that it feels like you can't think straight. One theory is that it comes from bullfighting, where the matador uses a red cape to provoke the bull. Another idea is that it's physiological. When you get mad, your face gets flushed and your vision might even seem to narrow. Whatever the origin, that link between the color red and intense anger is powerful.
Imagine you collaborated on a presentation, but you did 80% of the work. During the meeting, your teammate presents it as if it was all them, barely giving you a nod. Afterward, you're back at your desk, fuming. A trusted coworker who saw what happened asks how you are. You're not just annoyed. You could say, "I'm trying to calm down, but when he took all the credit, I just saw red." This phrase perfectly communicates that sudden flash of injustice you felt. Here are a few other ways you might hear it. "He completely saw red and honked his horn when the driver cut him off." "I saw red when I saw someone had dented my new car." "She tries to stay calm, but she sees red whenever someone is rude to service staff." Now for a feeling we all know, especially in a new job. Nervousness. You feel it before a big presentation, a meeting with your boss, or even just asking a question in a big group. It's that jittery, anxious, slightly fluttery feeling of anticipation. The perfect idiom for this is to have butterflies in your stomach. It's the end of your first month, and you have to present your findings to the team. You've prepared, you know your stuff, but as you walk to the front of the room, your stomach is doing flips. Before you start, you could smile and say, "I have to admit, I've got a few butterflies in my stomach, but I'm really excited to share my progress with you all." This is a fantastic way to use the idiom. It shows a little vulnerability, which makes you human. It also manages expectations and can weirdly help you feel more relaxed. Here are some more examples. Even experienced actors get butterflies in their stomach before going on stage. She had butterflies in her stomach before her first date. I always get butterflies in my stomach before a job interview. Finally, let's cover that complex feeling that's a mix of sadness, gratitude, and being deeply moved. It's that feeling when you're on the verge of tears, but you're trying to hold them back, like at a goodbye or when you witness something incredibly kind. The perfect idiom for this is to have a lump in your throat. Imagine it's been 6 months at your new job. A beloved colleague who has been your mentor is retiring. At the farewell party, as your mentor gives a final heartfelt speech, you feel your eyes start to well up. You're sad they're leaving, but so grateful for all their help. After the speech, you go to say your personal goodbye. You might say, "That was a beautiful speech. I have to admit, I have a lump in my throat." It communicates your deep emotional response in a way that's much more profound than just, "I'm sad." It shows you're truly moved.
Here are some other examples. The end of that movie was so touching, it gave me a lump in my throat. He had a lump in his throat as he watched his daughter graduate. Seeing the community come together after the fire gave everyone a lump in their throat. Let's put it all together. Imagine it's Friday afternoon and you're chatting with your colleague Alex about the week. Alex says, "So, how was week 4? It looked pretty intense from my end." Intense is one word for it. On Tuesday, I was totally down in the dumps after messing up that spreadsheet. I thought the department head was going to be furious. "Oh, I heard about that. But didn't she say it was a common mistake?" "She did, and she was so cool about it. Then yesterday, she sent an email praising my research for the new campaign. Honestly, I was over the moon. I couldn't stop smiling." "That's awesome! You deserve it. I heard you're presenting that research at the client meeting next week, right?" "Yup. And just thinking about it gives me butterflies in my stomach. I'm excited, but so nervous. I just pray my laptop doesn't crash. I swear, when my computer froze on Monday, I nearly saw red." "Don't worry, you'll be great. We're all rooting for you. The whole team really appreciates the work you've been doing." "Thanks, Alex. That means a lot." Hearing you say that actually gives me a bit of a lump in my throat. I'm so glad I joined this team. See how naturally those idioms fit in? They make the whole conversation so much more vivid and real. And that's a wrap. You now have 5 essential idioms to talk about that roller coaster of emotions you feel at work and in life. Let's do a quick recap. Over the moon, when you're incredibly happy. Down in the dumps, when you're feeling sad and dejected. To see red, when you get suddenly and intensely angry. To have a butterflies in your stomach, for that nervous or excited feeling. To have a lump in your throat, when you're so emotional you feel like you might cry. Here's your challenge. Try to use one of these idioms this week. And to kick things off, use your favorite one from today's lesson in a sentence in the comments below. I read every single one, and I can't wait to see your examples. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep improving your English while sounding more confident and natural, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to Fluent Flow, the English podcast. Don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss a lesson. Your support helps me make more content like this, and together, we'll make English fun and easy to use every day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.